Guess has got stamina for things. He can take all of it.
No, but like I know he's a clown there, but sometimes I look at him and I'm like,
especially when he doesn't.
I know.
You see all that drooling and excitement from these ladies, guys. It was for Gashmon. They were literally talking about him like they're going to eat him up. If they catch that boy in one corner, like they just catch him in one corner. Hey, it's gonna be stories that touch. I don't blame them, Sha. Gashmon is hot. Like, the boy is hot. So I don't blame them. They had the women's conference today and it was very exciting. I didn't expect it to be like exciting. It was impromptu, but it was quite exciting, and you know, a lot of things that they talked about in the women's conference. Not a lot, Sha, but yeah, they had the women's conference that gave birth to a lot of other things that happened after their conference. So, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just take it one step at a time. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new here, please do to subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that I can get notified each time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I have missed you guys. Like, I didn't post a video yesterday because I was kind of down, Sha. Feels like it's been ages. But I am back and ready to roll. So I'm going to begin with the chicken task. I'm just going to briefly talk about it. So they had a task earlier on yesterday, that they were going to decorate them, turn themselves into a chicken, and they gave them some feathers. So basically, the chickens that were represented in the different groups were Vyno, Nale, and Umpo. And this grouping started with the beginning of their task. Their task for the week has to do with cooking. They had to do a cooking show, and they were divided into 3 groups. So this is how the grouping has been working since for almost all their challenges. For this week, basically, Nale was having the time of her life. She just literally wanted to be a chicken. She was just happy being their chicken and, you know, being touched all over. It was a little bit too sexual there, or let me not say too sexual, but it was kind of sexual there. Like the way they were just rubbing and she was feeling herself, and the things that Gashon was saying, I was like,
Who knew when I said I want to be a chicken?
I think I'm gonna eat this chicken in there.
For real.
And then for Temba's team, Umpo was the chicken, and they spent so much time trying to do details, put this, put that, and at some point I felt like it was not even looking like, it wasn't really looking like a chicken in my opinion, but I feel like they were just doing too much, to be honest. I know they were trying to be creative, but they were literally doing too much. And then we have Vyno's team. Even before Big Brother announced the winners, I just knew that that team, they were doing well. And then later on, Big Brother announced them as the winners of the task, and I was not surprised.
What did he tell you? Thank you, Big Brother! It's a chicken fry!
Now, during that chicken task, well, the guys were literally kind of flirting with Vyno's. Vyno, there was a part who was flirting with her. I didn't capture everything, but I'm just going to show you guys, like, you know, maybe a short clip of the flirtatiousness. And I'm like, Vyno.
That's a ton like a chicken then. Yeah, the chicken is pretty. Yeah. It's pretty naturally.
They were talking about this thing, you know, Libo, Tulz, was Vyno even there? But I know that since BU left the house, there's been this idea of, oh, okay, we can be onto Vyno's now. And it's as if everybody is using a subtle way to shoot their shots. And then let's talk about the things that happened in the evening. Thato and Tulz, they were having a conversation. So Tulz was talking to Thato about the whole likeness, that initially in the show that he knows, they said he liked Nale and he liked Thato, and the reason he did not want to like push is because he didn't want it to be somehow that, okay, he would be saying he likes 2 people and then he will now be coming to her and telling her he likes only her. So he wanted to, like, you know, get through it and all those stuff, all those plenty talk. Then he now said that now she's the only one that he likes only her, as in
I can't be in a diary entry saying, yo, I still like this person and I like this person, and then coming to you and pretending like I only like you. I don't want to like you. So now I only like you.
Also, Luan, now when you go watch it, you're going to see that there's a shift.
So he had told her that the reason he's telling her all these things is that he's going to start now to do the chase. Like, because she was mentioning that she doesn't want any of that now. She wants to face her game and everything. And it's like, you know, you can face your game, but this is just him saying that he's going to start, as in he's coming with her full force from now on.
But not in this sitting. I feel like I'm seeing you in a way that I don't.
That's fine. But I'm starting today, right now.
Hi, bro. Please, I'm in my game. I'm in my zone.
Then Thato now said that, More guy, don't stress me. Don't stress me because those 2 weeks that there was a lot of back and forth, it was stressing her. That in fact, she's even losing weight right now as he's having a conversation with her. So he was telling her that she should not overstress herself. You know, she just play a game. That he's just letting her know that he's going to start now to do the chase.
And let's leave the other stuff. It was just stressful. It was very stressful those 2 weeks.
I don't want you to be stressed. I told you that.
Guys, if you are a shipper of Tulz and Thato, let me know. I'm not shipping. I don't know. Some people online on Twitter said that those people look like father and daughter. So I don't know. Me, I'm not shipping, Sha. I'm not shipping. But if they start doing things, who am I? I'm going to come and give you guys gist, and I'll have to probably start shipping later on. But for now, I'm not seeing it. It doesn't look like a romantic connection for me. But well, let's be seeing that one. Let's be watching. And then we are back to the women's conference. So for the women's conference now, they were analyzing some of the guys in the house that they find, you know, somewhat attractive in some way. And they mentioned Gashwan, they mentioned Temba. In fact, those are the only 2 people that they were drilling about and talking about mainly in their conference. So as in the way they were describing this thing, like describing the guys and these 2 guys, the courage, the confidence, the fact that they're calm, quiet. Paul was saying that Temba seems like he's going to be, kind of like rough, or like he just has this vibe that if she feels like he'll be able to handle her because of the kind of person she is. She's like, all freaky and stuff. So that's how they analyze these 2 boys. And I'm like, she didn't keep me. Now, Terry, there's something that Terry said. Terry said that the reason she looks at every other guy and sees their stuff, that she can look at every other guy and see their stuff, but for what's his name, for Gashwan, she doesn't look at him. That if she sees it, the girl is gonna be gone.
Bring your life.
You'd want to spend your mouth.
Yeah,
He's the
that
type
nigga.
you 69 standing. Man.
Yeah, that's why the others I can look at, it's fine, and they don't do anything to me. I'm scared of this one. If I see it, I'm going to
most of your
now.
So Terry, you like Gashwan like this? I did not know. So that's how they kept talking about it. So after the women's conference, they went to do their practice. Paul is the presenter, right? So during the practice, she made some jokes, some inside jokes. She was directing the joke at Temba, and it's only those that were in the ladies' conference that understood. All the ladies were there except Vyno and Nali. When Mpona cracked the joke, they were not laughing. In fact, throughout the practice, there was, one reason or the other to laugh, and it was just them that understood why they were laughing. The guys were not having it at all. They were not having it.
Dracula himself, the meat expert. I mean, you are known for actually grilling an adapted dinner twice in a year.
Wow.
They were literally pained, pissed. Temba was like, let them have their fun. Gashwan was not having it. So it was later on that they know that, okay, the girls had the women's conference. They were still not having it because I feel like they wanted to know what was said there. Then the next thing, these ladies planned that they're going to go into the jacuzzi. I'm like, I'm liking this. So these ladies need to keep doing their conference. So they now went, wore their bikini. In fact, Paul wore heels safe to go to the jacuzzi. She wore her bikini, wore everything. Then they now went in. Then later on, Terry now came to join them. She came in a grand style, did a little bit of twerking, as in it was hot. So the guys were just there like, what's going on here? So then they were feeling like the ladies wanted them there, but actually they were just having a good time. That's the ladies, and I don't think they really even considered the guys in the equation. But as they went to the jacuzzi now, the guys were like, okay, let us go and join them. Meanwhile, Gashwan said he's not going to join. That he's not going to be part of their game. That he's not going to play anybody's game in this house, only his game. So I think he was feeling like they were all playing a game. And then secondly, that's not the only reason he didn't want to go out. Nali was tidying in the kitchen. She was cleaning the kitchen, and he wanted to stay there with her. The reason he wanted to stay there with her is because he is onto Nali, and it's not for the right reasons. So it's not for not right reasons. It's not pure. Because he mentioned to Big Brother that their upstairs room, that he's going to try and infiltrate and the only person he feels like is on a neutral ground is Nale. So that's who he wants to use to infiltrate the upstairs room. That's the Knot. So he was just there. They were not having a conversation about her relationship. He was like that he likes the fact that, you know, she's so into her relationship, saying different things.
And that's a good way to
Someone who I am so free with. Like I don't want to be in Big Brother's house and be worried about what you're doing, or I want to be able to come on to Big Brother's house.
Later on, they now took us outside to where they were playing the game. Where they were in the jacuzzi and they were playing a game. Now, the game that they were playing, the first game that they played was, if it comes to you, you give a scenario where you're in more like a sexual scenario. You describe what the person is doing to you. It was majorly sexual, to be honest.
Now we're all kissing on each other. My elbows, the parts of me that have never been kissed are being kissed now. Even the palms of my feet.
They now entered the second game that had to do with them mentioning who they would like to knock. I think I've explained what knock is before. Knock, as in, that's what it is. So they were now saying, they now told them to mention 3 people. Some of them had already played the game the day before, but the ones that I mentioned today, let me just read it out because it's a lot. So for Libo was the first. He said he would, for him, he's going to knock Nale and Venus. He did not mention Umpo. I'm like, you lie, nigga, you're lying. If you don't mention Umpo, you're lying. You're a liar. Then Nale mentioned Terry, Libo and Vyno. So they were not only mentioning, they also have to describe like what they would do to them. So they did that, which obviously I feel like it's too much to be posted here because YouTube and their rules. So I'm just going to call the people that they called. Then Terry mentioned Lawrence. Terry had to leave people out and call Lawrence and Vyno. Vyno called Terry, Umpo and Venus. Sister Mara said it would be Temba, Libo and Gashwan. The way Sister Mara described what he's going to do with them was crazy. Then for Temba, it was Ntabi, Umpo, and Venus. The way he described it too was also very, you know. Then when he was describing the one for Umpo was just smiling, like blushing. Oh, those 2 people. Something will definitely happen with those 2 people, either in school or after school. You guys know that they call Big Brother House school, so after school, that's after Big Brother House. And he also mentioned it even after the game that Umpo knows that he likes knacking and likes sex and everything, and you know she's kind of like trying to tempt him, and he is going to go for it. And Umpo, on the other hand, seems like she's going to be ready for him. So, they should carry camera and follow those 2 people outside Big Brother House. They should follow them. Then Tulz picked Thato, Venus, and Umpo. Then Norman picked Thato, Venus, and Nale, and you know explained. Umpo picked Lawrence, Temba, Vyno, Gashwan, and Sister Mara. Umpo, only you. So for Sister Mara, she said she will allow him, you know, get her from behind. Venus picked Umpo, Terry, Nale, Libo, Temba, Tulz, and Vyno. She literally picked 3 ladies and 3 guys. Venus, what's going on? Then, let me just see guys what happened after this whole game. It's as if a lot of ladies picked Vyno, right? And it's as if they didn't turn Terry on, you know? Like, my guy is wanted. So they went into the room and things happened. You know, Bulenani, you know that guy is mad at me. Something's wrong with him because I don't see how you not show us what's going on. You be moving camera if I catch you. So Bulena Nisha showed us a little bit and moved the camera. So as at the time the part he showed us, Terry kind of, there's a part where she lifted her head. Like, how will I explain this thing? It was lifting her head in like, this is really getting to me. She lifted her head and put her head on his shoulder, like, oh more, this is really getting to me. And at that point, what I just concluded was that there's a hand, you know, there's a hand kidney going on under the duvet. So she now did that and held him. There's a part where she even held him. I don't know if I captured it. There's a part where she held him, maybe she held the blanket tight, like almost. Some people online were even saying that they knocked, as in they did the main doing, but I don't think they did. I think it was just, you know, finger stuff. Later on, they now showed where she was now trying to raise the blanket, so like I think to cover, you know, what was going on and stuff. I'm like, okay, it's all right. Meanwhile, Tulz was watching. He was just there watching them. I'm like, these people have seen something in that room upstairs. They really seen this. And online, a lot of people were not happy with the events, because apparently Vyno went to the diary room and was telling people that about, you know, how he would like, he's avoiding Terry, you know, just based on the game and everything. He doesn't want to spoil her game. He doesn't want to mess up. So I'm like, so all this, you know, like you've avoided her. It's not that you're going to avoid her, Abby. Then there's another thing that happened in the evening when they were going into the jacuzzi. Vyno told Temba to go and stay near Terry, because he didn't want to stay near Terry. So he told him to go and stay near Terry, that he's avoiding her. Then when Temba was just saying him that he's going to, you know, be on to Mpo, he was not telling Temba that Mpo is his type. Outside of the house, Mpo is like the kind of person you will normally go for. Right now, how many people are your type? Only you, Yoli, only you, Mpo, only you, Venus, only you. Which one is your type? Terry has not seen anything, but I'm not even going to fault him this time, because Terry was literally drooling over Gashwan earlier on. So let them just continue, Sha. As for Terry and Sister Mara, they've been getting along really good, and I really commend Terry for the way she took the whole nomination thing, even whether she's faking it or not. I just like how she's handling it. And then what else? Libo and Mpo, they had a lot of issues earlier on, and they still gisted a lot in the night before sleeping. So I'm like, those people are not going to stress me. So I'm just going to end this video here. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye. Love you.